Okay, folks, let's dive in, shall we? Today we're talking all about home network security.
Sounds exciting.
It is.
Mm.
Really, it is. More specifically, firewalls.
Firewalls.
Yeah, I know, right? Sounds like a snooze fest.
Definitely not the most thrilling topic.
But it's actually super important for anyone who, uses the internet, which is pretty much everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
So whether you're setting up like a home office or you've got a bunch of smart devices or you just want to feel safer online, this deep dive is for you.
Yeah, we're looking at an expert analysis of different types of firewalls.
And get this, most home routers already have a firewall built in.
That's right.
But is that enough? Like, are we good? Or is there more to it?
That's the question, isn't it? That's what we're here to find out.
Exactly. So let's start with the basics. Are these basic firewalls in our routers, are they actually up to the task these days?
Well, they're a good starting point for sure. I mean, think of your network like a house, right?
Okay.
That basic firewall is like the lock on your front door. It's going to keep out most of the, casual bad guys. But you might want to beef up security a bit depending on what you're protecting.
Right.
If you've got, the crown jewels in there, you're going to want to do more than just a simple lock.
Okay. I like that analogy.
Yeah.
But how does it actually work? Like, does the firewall actually read our data?
Well, not exactly. I mean, it doesn't read your emails or anything like that.
Okay.
Think of it more like a border guard,
Okay.
checking passports and visas.
So it's like checking our digital IDs or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, each piece of data that comes in or out of your network comes in a little package called a packet.
Yep.
And each packet has information about where it's going and what it's supposed to do.
Right.
The firewall looks at this information, checks it against its rulebook, and if everything checks out, it lets the packet through.
Makes sense.
If not, it's blocked right at the door.
So that's our basic firewall, just checking IDs, keeping things tidy.
Exactly. Yeah.
But, technology moves so fast. I'm guessing there's got to be more to it, right?
You're absolutely right. Cyber threats are always evolving, always finding new ways to, sneak in.
Oh, yeah.
So while a basic firewall is good for everyday protection, you might need something a little more sophisticated.
Back and upgrades.
Yeah, exactly. It's like going from that simple lock on the door to a full-blown security system.
So tell me about these more advanced firewalls.
Well, there are two main types.
Okay.
Hardware and software firewalls.
All right.
Hardware firewall is a separate device that you connect to your network,
Okay.
and it provides like a blanket of protection for everything on that network.
Gotcha.
Think of it like having a guard dog patrolling your property.
Okay. I like it.
A software firewall is installed on individual devices, so it protects that specific device,
Right.
more like a personal bodyguard.
Makes sense. Okay. So which one's better then? Hardware or software?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
It really depends on a few things.
Like what?
Well, the size of your network, for example. Right. How comfortable you are with technology and how sensitive the data is that you're trying to protect.
Right. So someone with like a small network and not super tech savvy probably doesn't need to go all out.
Yeah, software firewall might be enough in that case.
Right.
But if you've got a large network, tons of devices, or you're dealing with, financial records or medical information,
Right.
that's when a hardware firewall might be a better choice.
Right. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of sensitive data, our research mentioned something called zone-based settings.
Oh, yeah. Zone-based firewalls.
What's that all about?
It's a way to create different security zones within your network.
Okay.
Kind of like having different levels of security clearance in a building.
Okay.
So you might put your most sensitive devices, let's say the computer where you do all your online banking. You put that in a high security zone with really strict rules.
Right.
While other devices like your smart TV or your gaming console,
Right.
those might be in a less secure zone.
Okay.
That way, even if one zone gets compromised, the others are still protected.
Wow. So it's like isolating the crown jewels even further.
Exactly.
I did read that some firewalls can even work with other security solutions like, what was it called? Cybersecure?
Oh, yeah, cybersecure.
Yeah. What can you tell me about that?
Well, it's like having an AI-powered security guard that never sleeps.
That's pretty cool.
It's constantly monitoring your network, looking for any suspicious activity. And it can block threats in real time,
Oh, wow.
even if they manage to slip past your firewall.
So that's like an extra layer of protection on top of everything else.
Exactly. And it uses advanced algorithms and machine learning to constantly adapt to new threats.
So it's learning as it goes.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
getting smarter all the time.
So we've got our basic firewall. maybe a specialized one and then something like cybersecure on top of that. That's pretty impressive.
It's a pretty solid defense for sure.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about my home network right now.
As you should.
But there's one more thing I wanted to touch on, NAT.
Yes, NAT, Network Address Translation.
Yeah, that's a mouthful.
It is, but it's a pretty important feature.
So what does it do?
It basically gives every device on your home network a secret identity.
A secret identity.
Well, not a secret identity exactly, but it masks their real IP addresses from the outside world.
Okay, why is that important?
Well, it makes it much harder for attackers to target them directly.
Oh, right.
So instead of seeing all your individual devices with their unique IP addresses, an attacker only sees your router's public IP address.
So it's like hiding all your valuables in a secret vault.
Exactly, and they don't know which device is which or what they're doing.
That's a pretty good analogy.
It's like a big cloak of invisibility for your network.
So NAT is like the invisibility cloak.
You got it.
All right, well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have?
And hopefully busted the myth that firewalls are boring.
They're definitely not boring when you think about what they're protecting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just to recap, basic firewalls. They're a good starting point.
Yeah.
Specialized ones offer more robust protection.
That's right.
And then there are extra layers of security like cybersecure and NAT.
All working together to keep you safe.
So I'm going to leave you with one final thought. Now that you know more about firewalls, what one thing will you do differently to protect your home network?
It's a good question.
Food for thought, right?
Definitely.
And of course, if you want to dive deeper into all this stuff, be sure to check out the source material.
It's all there waiting for you.
Until next time, stay safe out there.
Stay curious.
All right, bye everyone.
See ya.